The North Central track and field team made it 2 in a row last weekend, bringing home the indoor national title in Columbus. Because of that, the Cardinal Report is filled with national champions and All-Americans this week, and it starts right now. Welcome to the show. I'm Alex Simmons. This week we're joined by back-to-back national champion track and field program from North Central and head coach Frank Gramarosso. Coach, what's the last couple days been like since you guys came back to Naperville with the hardware?
Well, it's been great to see how many people have called, sent emails, left messages, mainly supporting the track and field program, and a lot of messages to Al Carius too, but certainly everyone excited that this is the first head coaching position for me, and we win a national title. And I told a lot of people, you know, the 1989 national championship team was just exciting because I felt like I worked just as hard then all these years for all the championships. And it's hard to believe this is our 8th track and field national championship. But certainly when the record goes up in the NCAA, it's going to say Frank Gramarosso. So it's a proud moment for me and my family and North Central too.
What's it like those last couple events? I know you guys were trailing Central College out of Iowa with 2 and 3 events remaining. How nerve-wracking kind of was it down the stretch there, you know, maybe later Friday and then that whole day Saturday where you're just kind of tabulating points in your head, going back, looking at results. What's that kind of relay back and forth like, and is it just nerve-wracking?
Yeah, it kind of is, and some coaches do a much better job trying to look at their competition. I know that a lot of things happen at track meets, and to waste all that time and look all through these results before nationals, I had no clue Central Iowa had these superstars, and they really were. 3 athletes scoring 44 points. So you're kind of at the meet and just kind of seeing how things go, because sometimes a superstar doesn't have a great day either. But yeah, when they posted 44 points, we were really looking at Oshkosh and La Crosse, and Amherst had some really good runners that, again, one of those things that just didn't come through. But we were well aware of what we had to do and different scenarios, what other teams could do. And things were looking pretty solid, especially after the 5K, but they were still close. No one knew that we'd have a disappointment in the 4x4.
Well, it was a fun weekend in Columbus for Cardinal athletes. Let's go to the highlight. Cardinals hoping to make it 2 gold trophies in a row in Columbus, Ohio. Zach Hiersprink wants to bring home some points in the high jump. He clears 6 feet 6 3/4 inches, good for 6th place and All-American honors. To the pole vault now, Cardinals have 4 vaulters in the field of 12. Sophomore Thomas Stacy is one of them. Here he clears 17 feet 1.5 inches. That's good for 4th place. The other sophomore in the bunch, Peter Garrity, is trying to top his classmate. With the bar 4 inches higher, Garrity makes it look so simple. He took 2nd place. Freshman Jake Winder finished in 7th. Moving to Saturday, Dan Benton and John Howard are taking part in the 400-meter finals. Benton is in lane 5. He had the 2nd fastest time in the prelims, looking to be the quick man in the finals. After the first lap, Benton has a lead. Brandon Bennett Green from Newman is behind him. Paul Yearhart from Wisconsin La Crosse sits in 3rd. Bennett's teammates can feel a victory on the horizon, and they're right. The senior has the lead coming down the stretch and doesn't give it back to take his heat. He finishes 2nd by 0.04 of a second to Buffalo State's Justin Allen. Howard finished 5th. The Cardinals' 45 points beat out Central College by 1, and North Central is the 2011 indoor champion. Coach, the event that provided the margin of victory was Michael Spain's win in the 5,000. What was going through your head when you're seeing that race? He was kind of hanging back a little bit early, and then that last mile or so just took over.
Well, Mike's a fantastic runner, and he has great confidence, and I think he had a boost at our last chance meet running a 4:12 mile, which really gave him the confidence to know, you know, I'm going to go when I'm ready to, and they're going to have to work really hard to stay with me. So we expected that from Mike. But it took everyone. We needed all those points to be ahead by 1 point at the end of the meet, and that's what we try to tell everyone every year, even in the conference championship. Every point counts, and it was evident again at this national championships that we needed the first day, the second day, and right on through.
Another guy that really scored for you guys, Bobby Kapuska, in the weight throw, and just narrowly missing in the shot put. He's really come on as of late, really kind of progressing as the years have gone by. I imagine he's somebody that's going to be competing on a national level come outdoors as well.
Yes, we sure hope so. It's a little different outdoors. You don't have the 35-pound weight. We have the hammer and the discus, and hopefully his shot's going to really improve. But the weight throw, we knew all along that's a special event, and Coach has been working things out, and but to be 8th in conference and then have that huge throw like we knew he was capable of. He had some huge throws all season, but had a few fouls, and a foul's a foul. So he had a great meet, and that really helped us too.
Yeah, I know talking to him in January, he told us he wanted to be top 3 at nationals. He sure definitely achieved that. How encouraging is it that you guys really have depth as a program? You look at some of the teams that were at nationals. You have a team like Oshkosh that really, thrives in the throws, has a couple other areas, but the throws is really their bread and butter. For you guys, it seems, distance, sprints, a multitude of field events, really day in, day out, each event, the Cardinals getting points from everywhere.
Well, that goes, our first goal is to win the conference championship, and you cannot do that without depth. We enter 5 athletes per event. So you have to have a large team, and then you have to have somebody to coach them. And we're very fortunate that we have numerous volunteers, and we have part-time coaches who have other jobs that come in and spend a lot of time to get those athletes ready. But we want to have a true track and field team. I believe in the final dual meet rankings where you only have 2 people per event that you submit. I think we were 3rd, and doing it after nationals, we moved up to 2nd. So that really shows our depth of having a true dual meet team, even though our conference we need 5 per event.
And it certainly worked. Saturday's team victory in Columbus made it 8 track national titles for North Central. With a history like that, the current Cardinals have a pressure to perform. All that and more in this week's What's the Word?
This team is so much bigger than just this year's team. It's a legacy. It goes back past years in the past. We have alumni that come and help support. So just seeing those alumni out here helps us drive further and further. And we know we have to compete not only now but also in the future and preparing the freshmen, sophomore, and juniors for next year's national championship meet.
Last year I didn't contribute any points to the team, so the fact that I wasn't expected to contribute any points to the team in the weight. So getting those 6 points for the team was really awesome. I'm really happy about it. It shows me what I'm capable of for next season, and I feel great about that.
Our coaching staff is one of the best coaching staffs in the country. We have so many different coaches that are so experienced in their own fields that it helps not only Grammy and Al, but it helps the coaching staff in general to not have to pull from their event to go to another one. So just having that support and that depth in so many different events helps not only the team but individual athletes and the coaches themselves.
Coach, now quickly, I don't want to nitpick, but you come back with the trophy, but Coach is always looking to improve. What are some things you guys look to improve on as you move forward to outdoors?
Well, we have the weather to contend with outdoors, so hopefully we'll have a good spring, especially with some of our technical events. But, we want to add to the atmosphere that we've had indoors and the numbers. We have more events outdoors to cover, and hopefully some of these guys who were just short of the indoor qualifying standards will help us outdoors to achieve a larger squad going to nationals, giving us more firepower and adding to that score that we can get outdoors.
Who are a couple guys we're going to see come this outdoor season that maybe we didn't hear from as much in the indoors because it wasn't their specialty?
Well, you just never know. We do have, some guys right at the edge there. Matt Brinkmeyer was just the first guy not chosen in the 1500. We have the steeplechase. We have a good young crew of steeplechase runners and some veterans that will add to that event area. Plus now you add the 10,000 meters, so our great cross-country team is going to fill in a lot of those spots. Matt Borchard, who was injured indoors, is looking towards the decathlon possibly. We have Joe Schneiderbauer, who was at indoors last year but not this year. He's in the decathlon, so it's kind of hard to start naming all kinds of names, but certainly the extra events hopefully will bode well for us, going on and trying to get a few more qualifiers to add to that strength.
Well, let's hope it does. Don't go anywhere. More Cardinal Report just after this.